You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender on Ron Siegel Radio.
Welcome back. Hello. I said welcome.
Welcome back, Holly McDonald from Compass. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
Doing great. Hey, and then remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, we're celebrating today National Say It Now Day. Now, I don't know if we're going to get into Say It Now because, it's basically say it before it's too late to say, or say it before the end of the year. Let everyone know what's on your mind. But, having beaten anorexia, I will go with National Maple Syrup Day. Now, I don't know what you call it. When I grew up, it was called Aunt Jemima, but I know I'm not politically correct, so I don't think they're allowed to call it Aunt Jemima anymore. But I like the real maple syrup coming out of Canada, the good stuff. A little thick, but that's the one I like. I do like the Aunt Jemima with Aunt Jemima on the label. Of course, I've never been accused of being politically correct. Moving right along in the unpolitically correct world. Hey, let's take a look at what the market's doing today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 188 points. The S&P 500 is down 23. The NASDAQ is down 90. Oil down $1.22 a barrel. And the 10-year Treasury right now down just a little bit. But what's going to happen with it? Yeah, we're still waiting. And today we did get some economic news. But I'm going to share with you. I'm a numbers guy, and way back when, we're on live radio, so maybe some of you were alive back then, some weren't. In the early 80s, yes, I know, a long time ago, I served on the economic forecast staff at Chapman College. You might know it as Chapman University now, and I still listen to their forecasts probably every year. I'm not sure I've missed any, even though there was number 47 or 48 on Thursday. And they did come up with the first place, the only place that I have heard a plausible and quantifiable reason why we did not go into a recession this year. And Chapman is the only place that's ever really come up with this. And because we've shared with you every economic stat there is. The numbers that come out of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we know they're all BS. They're wrong every time, and they have to be revised every single time. So we know that they're not accurate, yet the market moves on it. We've heard, you hear people saying, I just don't feel good. Now, we have felt a little better post-election. Whether you like Trump or not, it's a sense of the lack of insecurity and not knowing which way we're going. So whether you're a Trump fan, a Harris fan, a Biden fan, it doesn't matter. When you're leading into the election, people just have a sense of not knowing, so they hold off on doing things. But going into the whole year, the economy just has not been as good as the market's been telling us. We've seen every underlying stat there is tell us that. And Chapman came out and said, well, here's the reason why. Government spending. When the government put that much money, so much money, trillions and trillions of dollars into the economy, there was no way for a recession to show up. It didn't have anything to do with the Federal Reserve. It didn't have to do anything to do with the Fed hiking interest rates. It all had to do with how much money the federal government was spending, or that they didn't have. That's not an issue. They don't worry about what they don't have. But you look at what the money supply did based on what the extra money being put into the economy. Interesting stuff. And Chapman actually came out and quantified it. If you didn't hear the forecast from Chapman last Thursday, give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'd be happy to send you a link to where you can get your copy of the forecast right from Chapman University. They did a great job. And no, they don't pay me. They don't pay me to say that stuff about them, but they did do a real good job on explaining what was really going on. Speaking about really going on, how about, is it a crime or just unethical? So the Biden administration now, and I don't know if the president even knows it, but the Biden administration is selling parts of the border wall. And these things cost massive amounts of money. You know, the government doesn't do anything cheap, but they're selling these border walls pieces for $5. Now, could you imagine if a sheriff that just got voted out of office, and in the interim between the old sheriff leaving and the new sheriff taking over, and he sold all the sheriff's cars, and these things cost like $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 each, and he started selling them for $100 each. Do you think that would go over real well? Do you think that might be a crime? Well, that's kind of what's happening right now with this border wall. And it'll be fascinating to see if there is any indictments, investigations, any of those things that go on. I don't know. I'm not privy to, and I'm not an expert in the law. Just common sense. Does that make sense to do something like that? I don't think so, but I'd love to see your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts again on all these drones? Is there any drones flying over your head? I don't know. We're not that far from Disneyland, so I don't know how far the airspace restrictions go. But I know they're not too keen on it. A lot of areas they're seeing lots of extra drones. And what does the government say? Don't worry, nothing to see here. Can anybody remember a Chinese air balloon that they told us that about for about a month? You gotta love it. And we're watching gas prices. Are we seeing gas prices as we get closer and closer to the holiday? Are they going up? Are they going down? Which way are we going to see? California, so they'll probably continue to go up. We don't like to vote for anybody that helps with our prices or anything like that. Although we did see the gas prices come down a little under a penny yesterday. So that's good news. The national average, $3.03 a gallon. $4.30 a gallon of gasoline here in California. I think I got some the other day for just at $4 a gallon. Costco, of course. Where else would we go? You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to talk about coastal living. Top 2 reasons to look at newly built homes. More starter homes are hitting the market. Another fascinating subject that came up at Chapman University about the starter homes. And who do you know? Missing family moments. Let's make your move stress-free and seamless. All that and more. Reach me anytime at the off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
And with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit Ron Siegel.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FH.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did rates lock at yesterday? Conventional 30-year fixed down 6.688. Jumbo 30-year fixed up 6.888. FHA 30-year fixed down 6.364. VA 30-year fixed down 6.205. USDA rural areas generally no down payment. That was up 6.416. If you want our market commentary, we put that out each and every morning as early as the data allows. rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. Let's see what the markets are doing today. Well, let's take a look at them and see where we are. The S&P 500 is now down 23.5. And remember, when you're talking about these S&P, it's weighted, so it's not dollars, it's points. The 10-year Treasury down 2 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities down 1 basis point. They're all flat, just waiting to see what comes out from the Federal Reserve tomorrow. And I'll tell you what they're going to do tomorrow. I'll tell you exactly what they're going to do, and I'll tell you why they're going to do it. They're going to drop 1/4 basis point, and anytime you want to know exactly why the Federal Reserve is going to do that, or how I know so with such certainty, well, somehow, some way, Nick Timiraos of the Wall Street Journal has the ear of the Fed. So when they want data to get out during their quiet period, when none of the Fed members are speaking, somehow Nick Timiraos gets that information, and it comes out first in the Wall Street Journal. So the Fed's going to tell us they're going to lower interest rates tomorrow by 1/4%, and they might hold off the first part of the year. Chapman says 2 rate drops in 2025, and you know that when I told you about where interest rates, mortgage rates come from, 2 rate drops means it's going to be a little higher than what I forecasted just because you're going to take the Fed, even though the Fed funds rate doesn't affect or doesn't cause the change in the 30-year mortgage interest rate. But the Fed funds rate does affect the 10-year Treasury. The 10-year Treasury is generally a little bit lower than the Fed funds rate. And then there's a spread that used to be 1.79 from the 10-year Treasury to the mortgage-backed security. It's been running a little hotter than that lately. So that'll kind of give you an idea if you want to do that math as to what's going on right there. We got industrial production and capacity utilization. And as I've shared with you, we know that, it's not a great environment out there right now, but the weaker industrial production and capacity utilization helped stabilize the bond market this morning. It's weaker. We don't want crickets. We want surprise. So the industrial production fell 0.1% in November, much lower than the anticipation of a 0.3 plus. Additionally, October was revised lower, negative 0.4%. Capacity utilization, or how maxed out capacity is at factories, fell from 77% to 76.8%, which was lower than estimates of 77.3%. Retail sales rose 0.7% in October, which was stronger than the estimates of 0.5%. Additionally, last month's figure was revised higher by 0.1. But here's the issue. If you take out auto sales, well, then the retail sales were only up 0.2%. And we're going to see some numbers. Again, these are going to be harder to figure out. But when you look at the way the monthly calendars work for these things, with Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday or Cyber Monday, Small Business Monday, whatever Monday is, the way those things fell, they're going to change the way these reports come out. So we'll watch all of that for you. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And, Josh, I always think of these things too late. We need that theme song from A Star Is Born. Right? Holly McDonald is with us, and now a TV star. Welcome, Holly.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So American Dream TV, huh?
Yes.
Pretty nice. So you're a South Orange County host for this show?
Yeah, well, beach cities, I would say, coastal areas of Orange County.
Nice. So are you enjoying it?
Oh my gosh, I love being able to share a spotlight on the local businesses and the places that make this place such a great place to live.
So it's a fascinating story. They actually used coastal Orange County as an example at the Chapman Forecast. And you've probably heard all of the garbage coming out of Sacramento. Garbage, my word, I'm not putting words in your mouth. Coming out of Sacramento, that we need more affordable housing. And they were explaining how this affordable housing works, and it just has to be a percentage of the median for that area. And you look at it and you say, okay, so if you go to Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, look at the median home values, and I didn't look that up either, and say, okay, we take a percentage of that. Does that really make it affordable for the average person or the low-income individual? Probably not going to help on those numbers, but there's I've seen some great opportunities in Costa Mesa, which no one really thinks is a beach city, but it's pretty close, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there's some areas of Costa Mesa that are literally closer to the beach miles-wise than areas of Newport Coast or Huntington Beach.
Do you focus more on Costa Mesa or Newport, or is it all about the same?
Well, I focus more so on Costa Mesa. That's been the market I've been working in and serving people in for over 15 years.
15 years? Wow, you've been doing it for, so you've seen a little change over there.
Yeah, I've seen the market, at its worst at the bottom during the recession and come on up, and then, the cycles.
So what's happening there now? Is it more, because Costa Mesa it's not like it's Legoland or Irvine or something like that. It's really more of a it's more, I'll use the term seasoned area. Is it a lot of rebuild or tear down, or what are they doing in Costa Mesa right now? What do you see mostly?
Yeah, so a lot of the smaller, older homes have been torn down in favor of some of the, multifamily, high density housing. But if you're looking at single family houses that are in more of a zoning where it would just be single family, we are seeing a lot of either ground up rebuilds or complete gut jobs and remodeled in a really nice way.
So what is it? Is it hard to, is the, from what you're hearing, and I don't even know if you know this answer, is the city favorable on doing the rebuilds and modernizing, or do they really want the nostalgia?
There's definitely been more so of a push for the high density. We've seen a lot of areas growing quite rapidly, and there is a high demand for housing here, mostly due to the location. So the city has been pretty receptive to letting people do that. I think some of the people that have been here a long time don't like that. They prefer the nostalgia and the charm. So there are different pockets of town where that still remains, but in other areas that are more high traffic, we are seeing higher density.
What is the, I mean, maybe as far as what do you have to be, what are you looking for? What are people looking for when they call you and say, I don't hear, maybe just where I'm at, I don't hear too many people say, well, you talk about Costa Mesa. Tell us some of the highlights of what you see. Why is Costa Mesa such a great place to live?
Yeah, well, so Costa Mesa is definitely location-wise very, very highly, people want it because we're right in between Newport and Huntington Beach. It gives you more options of housing because if you were just look at what's available in Newport Beach, the prices are obviously much, much higher. So that rules some people out. They don't have the options. If you go into Huntington Beach, there's still options, but it's a pretty widespread city. Costa Mesa will get you closer to the beach in many areas, like we just talked about. Plus, there is a good, strong sense of community here within the businesses and within like the different schools and everything. So there's a lot of appeal to being here. There's a lot of cool businesses here too.
How are the schools rated from the different rating services?
Yeah, I mean, the school ratings do vary. We are part of the Newport Mesa School District, so there is a lot of overlap between students that go to the schools that are physically located in Costa Mesa as well as the ones physically located in Newport.
Interesting. And boy, I don't know about all of the other areas, but one street, all I know is one street in Costa Mesa, and they've got some of the greatest restaurants right there. Was it 17th?
17th Street is like our little downtown, and it's come a long way. I mean, it used to be just like a normal shopping street and it wasn't as congested. There's a lot of business there, but it is so much fun. There's so many different cool places to explore. I would say a lot of the businesses do tend to be very entrepreneurial and unique in their own way, and a lot of people are attracted to that.
You could actually walk down that street with your TV crew and do a whole TV show on just 17th, couldn't you?
I mean, that's one of the ones we are looking to do. It's
interesting. We're going to talk more about that with Holly McDonald when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. More starter homes are hitting the market. Really? We'll talk about that and missing family members. Let's make your move stress-free and seamless. Talk about that as well and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 795.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. More starter homes are hitting the market. They're trying to. More entry-level homes, also known as starter homes, are popping up on the market. And after several years with very few homes available to buy and prices rising, there are finally some more options for first-time buyers. Inventory is increasing, especially at lower price points. Over the past year, the total supply of homes for sale has improved. According to Realtor.com, in November, there were 26.2% more homes for sale compared to this time last year, marking 13 months of inventory growth and the most homes available since December 2019. Interestingly, the growth isn't spread evenly among all types of homes, though. According to Redfin, starter homes have seen the biggest increase. If you're watching us at RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490, FM 98.1 video feeds, you're seeing a graph of starter homes. Wow, look at that blue line going straight up. Nice. So if you're a first-time buyer who's been sitting on the sidelines waiting because you thought you might never find a starter home in your market, this could be a game changer. You finally have more options to choose from, and you just might be able to find one in your price range. How an experienced agent helps you find a starter home. Finding the right starter home at the right price point in your local market might feel like an unthinkable challenge, but a local real estate agent makes it easier. They stay up to date on the latest starter home listings in your area so you don't miss any opportunities. Your agent will help you focus on homes that match your budget and your needs, making the search less stressful. They'll also guide you through how to make the right offer and negotiate the best possible outcome. On top of that, they handle the important details like documentation and deadlines so you can stay on track. And if you have questions, your agent is there with the answers and expert advice every step of the way. Bottom line, starter homes are making a big comeback, and this could be your chance to find one, whether you're ready to visit listings, need advice, or just want to see what's out there. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of services that are out there and think that it's a good idea for you just to go and preview their house with somebody that can just unlock the door. Yes, there is a service out there that'll do that for $50. And there are services out there that'll write an offer for you. And yes, I know of places that, in fact, they just had a big lawsuit, and one of the plaintiffs started a company that'll do that for $150. And I'm going to tell you, it's stupid to do it, because you don't need an agent to go out and help you find a property. They're all online. Almost every one of them are online. What you really need the agent
Such an
for,
idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Such an
Idiots
idiot.
that are doing that. What you need the agent for is you need the agent to help you from contract to closing. They know all the loopholes. They know the roadblocks that you're going to hit. If they're experienced, they understand these things. And I'll tell you what we have. We have a direct line to every one of them. In fact, if you want a real estate track record on almost any agent in the country, we've got it. And, oh, by the way, we've got a great one online with us on the show today. Holly McDonald is with us from Compass. She's down there in the coastal area. Now, if you're looking at the background, if you're watching us on any of our socials, you see the background that I have? Well, Holly's office is down there in that area, so she can actually just go outside and see this. I have to drive down there. You're right there, aren't you, Holly?
Yeah, my office is right over by the bay in Newport, so we've got.
I'm not sure I'd ever get anything done. I'd be out there enjoying the bay view there.
Oh, yeah.
So when you do your next TV show, give us there's only 7 listeners today, so give us a sneak peek. What are you going to be talking about? Who are you going to see? Can you share any of it?
I can share some, and also I'm still looking for some people for some of the upcoming episodes. So anybody that wants to reach out, I can talk with the producers and pitch it. But I've got some great segments coming up covering some of the local arts over by South Coast Plaza at Segerstrom, over on Lido in Newport Beach. We've got some great stuff coming up. Also going to be interviewing some great local businesses too about what makes their businesses unique to this area and why people should come check them out. So I'm also looking for more people and businesses that would like to be featured on the show so I can run them by the producers.
Interesting. Okay. So, I have a friend of mine that just happens to have a car dealership in Costa Mesa, but that's a whole different story. Maybe we can get you over to the car dealership.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
It's a local, just because it's Chevy doesn't that mean it's local? Good. Well, we'll figure it out. So let's go. Let's follow up a little bit. Starter homes. What does a starter home look like in Costa Mesa in the areas that you're at?
So typically a starter home would either be a condo or a townhome for most people, ranging from typically 2 or 3 bedrooms. And then the other side of that would be a single family house. The price range will vary quite a bit depending on the neighborhood, but typically houses that are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths would be classified as a starter home, a little bit on the smaller side. But for that, you're typically looking at anywhere from $1 million to $1.3 million for some parts of Costa Mesa. Other areas, it could be upwards of 1.7, 1.8 to just get into a starter home. And if you're looking at condos or townhomes, that's the more affordable way to get in. Typically, those are in like the 700 range to about 900, but it can easily go up from there.
Interesting. Okay, so if you can find something at 700 to 900, that's below the median for Orange County, so that's really good.
Definitely, it's a great way to get your foot in the door. gain some equity, have a roof over your head, live in a great area, make sure you like it. And then if you do and you want to move up from there to a larger home, you'll certainly have, more equity from your home sale.
So that's a big point right there that you're making, is the idea of that starter home doesn't necessarily have to be your forever home.
It's often not. Yeah.
Do you work a plan with people to keep the starter home? Do you find more people are keeping it? Or are they moving or do they have to sell it in order to get to the next one? Or what is your normal experience there?
I have seen people do both. I think a lot of people initially would like to keep it if they can. It is a great way to build wealth into your future. Sometimes it doesn't work out though. Like sometimes you do need to sell that in order to be in a better position to buy what your actual either dream home is or your next stepping stone.
What's the market like in your areas there for short-term rentals? Is it allowed? Is it not allowed?
So typically for short-term rentals, it would still have to be 30 days or longer if you're going to be renting out the entire property. So there is a market for it, but it just depends on how you're going to be able to move around that. Not everybody that's looking for a short-term rental wants to do it for 30 days. So you have to be, careful on how you market it.
Yeah, that's a long short.
Yeah, we often do get people that are either relocating here for work or longer term stints, and they want to be close to the airport or they want to be close to the beach, and this offers them both of those things.
Yeah, you do get a whole lot of that in there, and I'm looking at for those people that are in the market just for the investment side. I'm looking at Costa Mesa. 10-year average appreciation is 6.55. When you start adding the leverage onto that, that's a pretty good investment area.
Absolutely. A lot of people look at this area for that.
And the median household, it's, I think when people hear you talk coastal, I think immediate thought is, that's only the ultra elite, the ultra wealthy. And I'm looking at median incomes, and it's not like it's outrageous for Costa Mesa, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, there's certainly, yeah.
You get some of everything.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, obviously, and you're going to get that 7-figure income earners, but I'm just looking at the report card for Costa Mesa, and there's the median income is pretty affordable. There must be some real nice starter areas that most people don't know about.
There are, and I think that's part of what makes Costa Mesa so charming too, is that there is a really wide range of options. So
when you go into some of the starter areas, the lower priced areas, so a friend of mine has his litmus test that he does a lot of investment properties, and he says, well, his litmus test is if his wife can go and collect rent at night, then he's willing to buy. Is that going to be the area? I know that, I don't disparage anywhere, but some areas of Santa Ana, I'm not going to send my wife at night. Costa Mesa doesn't quite have that reputation, does it?
I would say no. I feel safe going anywhere in town.
Okay. So, and you're going to certainly fit into the same issue or demographic. It's not like you're not an MMA boxer, are you? We do have a guest that comes on that's an MMA boxer, and I wouldn't want to mess with her.
Yeah, I could hold my own, but I think overall, Costa Mesa it's very safe. Okay, so we like the area. You've got Costa Mesa, close to Newport, close to the airport. Is the airport in Costa Mesa, or is it Santa Ana? It's technically Santa Ana, but we're right on that border. Right on the edge, so it's easy to get to, and you can be in and out of town real quick. Yeah, a 10-minute Uber ride. It's really convenient. Well, that's nice. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're gonna talk more with Holly McDonald when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. I got an interesting subject today. Who do you know? That's missing family moments. Let's make your move stress-free and seamless. If that's the case, story time. We'll talk about it. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast,
Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference in the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Who Do You Know segment today being brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. That Home Select product, the best loan on the market. And it's very simple. Why is it the best loan? Well, it's the lowest interest expense, and it pays off your house in almost always under 10 years without increasing your payment. It's all in how you make the payment. Who do you know? Missing family moments. Let's make your move stress-free and seamless. Life has a way of reshaping our priorities. For one of our recent clients, the desire to be closer to family became more than just a thought. It was a need. They dreamed of a home where they could see their grandkids more often, host holiday dinners, and reconnect with the people who matter most. And I can tell you this, now that I've got them, grandkids are the best. But like many homeowners, they felt overwhelmed. Selling, buying, and navigating the financial side of a move can feel like juggling a million moving parts. They weren't sure where to start, and the fear of making the wrong decision left them stuck. Does that sound familiar? If you've been dreaming of a similar move, but feel the same uncertainty, no, you're not alone, and there's a way forward. For this client, the biggest concern was balancing the financial complexities of selling their current home and buying their next one. They were worried about how to use the equity in their home strategically, managing the higher interest rates in today's market, putting down a large enough down payment to secure manageable monthly costs. These concerns left them feeling stuck, wondering if their dream of living closer to family was even possible. And the truth is, Without a clear strategy, many homeowners can feel the same way. That's where we stepped in to help. We understand that moving isn't just about finding a new house. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values, goals, and dreams. Here's what we did for this family and how we can do the same for you. Number one, leveraging home equity. We showed them how to unlock the equity in their current home and to make a substantial down payment. This reduced their financial burden on their new home and set them up for success. It's got to be a strategic down payment. If I see somebody that has an 88% down payment or a 27% down payment or a 32% down payment, I know that nobody talked to them about strategy because they're wasting money and using the money incorrectly unless they want a higher payment and a higher interest rate. Their choice. Number two, stabilizing monthly costs. By securing a fixed rate mortgage tailored to their situation, we gave them the peace of mind that their new payments would fit their long-term budget. And number three, seamless guidance from connecting them with a trusted realtor to walking them through every financial step. We simplified the process, making it easier and less stressful than they ever imagined. Within weeks, they were under contract and moved into a beautiful home just minutes from their grandkids. Now, instead of missing out on family moments, they're creating new ones every day. At the heart of what we do is one promise. Your home isn't just a place. It's the foundation for life you want to live. Whether you're looking to move closer to family, find a home that better suits your lifestyle, or secure financial stability for the future, we're here to help you navigate the process with ease. We provide tailored mortgage solutions and expert guidance designed to fit your unique goals with transparency, care, and commitment to your future. We'll help you create the life you've been dreaming of, one move at a time. If you're dreaming of a home closer to the people who matter most, let's have a conversation. We've helped families just like yours navigate the complexities of selling, buying, and financing with confidence and ease. And we'd love to help you too. Reach out today to start your next chapter. As a certified liability advisor, I specialize in helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Let's create a plan that gets you where you want to be. That is the Who Do You Know segment, brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. Continuing our conversation this morning, Holly McDonald is with us from Compass and now a TV star, American Dream TV. So, Holly, when I first started doing radio back in 2010, yes, they still had radios then. I found it really, really fun, and it was exciting. And people would ask me, what do you like about it, and all the time. What is your favorite part now of being a reality TV host?
Well, I think for me, I started in TV production out of college. That was what sort of propelled me into real estate. Was I worked for Home and Garden Television as a producer on House Hunters. So that was behind the camera. Now I am in front of the camera as a host, but honestly, I'm really just shining a spotlight on the community, which I've been doing so much with social media and my podcast as well. So to be able to do it on like a higher scale, it's just been so rewarding. I love it.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of fun. So your first episode. Tell me about the first. I want to hear the experience of the first episode, and I'll share mine just so you can think about it for a second. My first radio show. I was at ESPN Studios, AM 830 there in Anaheim at Angel Stadium. Nervous as heck. I brought in probably 2 reams of paper of notes. I couldn't read any of them because my hand was shaking too much. And now, you just kind of have a couple of lines and reminders. Was it that? Did you have more of the background from being behind the scenes? Did it make it more comfortable for you, or was there that nervous part?
No, I was terrified. I practiced so many times, just like my intro. I was repeating it like obsessively. And I did try to mask it and to not come across as nervously as I felt. I did have somebody on as a guest of mine who has done a lot of TV work before. So that helped to like calm my nerves. And I think it went well. It went great. I'm really excited for some of the future episodes though, because they definitely get better as I'm more warmed up, and it's just a really great experience.
So you've had some time. How long is it between episodes?
They come out once a month or so there is some downtime.
Which is good, because mine were once a week at that time. And I would tell people that my second episode was probably the worst show I ever did in my life. And when you think back, now 15 years into it, I think back to it. Well, the first episode, I had like 6 weeks to prepare. The second episode, I had 6 days. Yeah, a little different. So you're probably now looking at, okay, who am I going to bring on, next episode and 2 or 3 or 5 episodes from now, aren't you?
Yeah, and it really, for me, it's more about telling a compelling story. I mean, I'm there as the host, but letting them share their story. So it's more on them, honestly. I'm excited to showcase them the best way possible.
Okay, so you mean I'm talking too much and I should be telling you just share your story?
No, not at all.
Okay, Holly, I get it. I understand now. So tell me, what's your favorite story of someone you helped? Because we did the Who Do You Know segment. What's your favorite story of somebody you've helped in your 15 years when you go through that catalog in your mind?
There are so many great stories, but I will just talk about one that just happened recently because it stands out quite a bit. I just helped a family that was really, really motivated to move out of state. They had a job opportunity waiting. They had a house that was in escrow waiting for them to sell their house, and they hadn't had much luck selling their house. They brought me in, and we really just dialed it in. We were like, okay, what are your goals? How are we going to make this happen? And we just pulled out all the stops, and they were able to make it happen. They were able to move. They were able to get their jobs that were waiting. They were able to buy a new house, and they're just so happy now. So I know it can be very stressful when you've got all of these uncertainties, like you were talking about earlier. The market's full of uncertainties. But if you have a plan and you put your head down and you're really strategic about it, you can really truly do anything.
I love stories like that, just because, and again, it goes to show having what the value is or the benefit of having a professional with experience who's helping you. And, what's important, because, when you've got that next place already lined up and you've got the job and all the family things already in line, sometimes price isn't the most compelling part of it. It's all these other things. And I know we've talked many times on the broadcast that Harvard studies show that price is usually number 6 on the list of the priorities that people have with their real estate. Yet so many people think that that's the only thing that is important. So you kind of just prove that, I don't know whether they had to have a specific price or if they were, but time sounds like it was the main issue for these people.
Yeah, it was time and like what was going to be best for their family. So you just have to identify what is really the most important thing to people.
And I don't know about you, Holly. I've looked at a few things and I'm going to share right now. If you do what I'm about to share, go to Google, get an alias, get a fake email address, get a fake phone number. But you can go on to some of these online, and it's smart to do it that way because otherwise you're going to get inundated. But go online and take a look at what some of these services offer and what they want from you. The online services. And all they really are is they're just selling your data. Right? When you call somebody like Holly, you call me, you got a direct phone number, you have direct access. Holly's been doing it on social media. So it's not really hard to find direct, instead of going through these intermediaries. And one of the things you just said, Holly, not a lot of people think about is have that conversation. It's not a matter of, okay, your house is worth X and we can sell it and we put a sign in the yard and sign here. That's not you had a consultation to find out what was really important to these folks, didn't you?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Is that your normal way, or do you have other people come in and just say, Holly, I want to sign, go?
Usually we have a good conversation. I think it helps everybody to know what direction to go in and puts everybody's expectations right on the table.
Makes life a lot easier that way, I think. If you want to get in touch with Holly, so how does somebody find your TV show, Holly? We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, well, it is streaming, so it's on Tubi and Amazon Prime TV and all of these other streaming platforms. Also, they can go to my YouTube channel where I post just the portions of the show where you'll see the Costa Mesa and beach cities, places that I've been featuring.
Okay, and what's the YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is, I should know this. If you just search for Holly McDonald, it will come up.
Okay. Stumped. Sorry about that, Holly. I should have figured out. I should have looked at that myself.
I just to change the name around. So yeah, just search for my name and it will come up.
Holly McDonald. Okay, look for Holly right there on YouTube and anywhere you get any social stuff. Now everybody's going to streaming, so that's easy too. Beautiful. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll be looking for your next show. And as always, we ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.